The news of Sareysa's transformation quickly reached Velen. Delighted by the developments, he summoned her to the Vault of Light, gifting her a magnificent set of armor. The Streamtalker set, complete with headpiece, shoulders, body armor, and even a fist weapon paired with a sturdy shield. After respectfully bowing to Velen, Sareysa left the Exodar, returning promptly to Kessel's crossing. Upon her arrival, she noticed a fellow Draenei waiting eagerly, as though bearing important news.
You're just in time, Sareysa. Blood Elf activity in this area has doubled in the past week.
What have your scouts uncovered?
Our agents report that the Blood Elves, who call themselves the Sunhawks, plan to launch an offensive on Azuremist soon. I need you to warn our allies immediately.
Who must I warn?
You need to speak with High Chief Stillpine at Stillpine Hold, Exarch Menelaus at Azure Watch, and Admiral Odysseus at Odysseus Landing.
Understood. I'll leave at once.
Time is of the essence, Sareysa. Take my Elec. Just be sure to keep it out of water.
Sareysa first traveled swiftly to Stillpine Hold to warn High Chief Stillpine. She remembered the chief well. His people considered her the chosen one after she freed their den from the Owlkin and the monstrous two-headed beast. The memory of the corrupted red crystal still lingered in her mind. Upon hearing the warning, the chief expressed his gratitude and assured Sareysa that his tribe would be prepared. Next, Sareysa rode onward to Azure Watch. Exarch Menelaus received her warning with urgency, promising he would immediately bolster their defenses. Finally, she journeyed to Odysseus Landing by the sea, where the humans and night elves were encamped. Admiral Odysseus listened carefully and pledged his readiness. With all allies warned, Sareysa started her return to Kessel's crossing. Throughout the ride, one thought troubled her deeply. The name, Sunhawks. Could these blood elves be the same ones who had tried to tamper with the Exodar's power core?
Well done, Sareysa. You've returned quickly.
I've delivered your warnings. Our allies are prepared.
Excellent. This was a difficult test of your abilities, but you've passed with flying colors.
A test? Is this part of my training?
Yes. To become a soldier of the Hand of Argus, you must pass many tests like these.
Kessel then spoke of a strange aquatic race called Naga.
Have you seen the Serpent Men? The ones who call themselves Naga?
I've heard tales of them, but I've not encountered one myself.
They had to advance upon this camp under the cover of darkness only 3 nights ago. Can you believe the audacity of those primitive beasts?
How should we respond?
I need you to deliver a message to their leadership. Northeast of here is Wrathscale Lair, home to Lord Kitz. Find him, slay him where he stands, and drive this banner through his corpse.
They will understand clearly.
Let them know fear whenever they see our standard.
Sareysa was about to depart when she noticed the Elec Keeper nearby seemed restless, as though he was anxiously searching for someone. Curious, she approached and learned his name was Aonar.
I've made a wonderful discovery, Shaman. On the uncorrupted part of the island grows a remarkable fruit called the sand pear. They grow near the bottoms of the trees.
What makes this fruit special?
I've been preparing pies from them. But if I'm not careful, the Elec start wandering over and stealing my fruit. Lately, my supply has vanished, and the craving for pie has returned.
I suppose you could use some help gathering more.
Exactly. Would you help me gather enough fruit for another batch of pies? I promise I'll share.
Sareysa accepted Aonar's request and swiftly set off to the north, hoping she'd find the naga there. As she traveled, she kept watchful eyes for the sand pears, eager to gather them along her path. Sareysa crossed the road and ventured deeper into the forest, carefully searching for the sand pears as she moved north. After traveling a short distance, she spotted bristleims lurking nearby. These creatures were known for their constant feud with the Stillpine tribe. And Sareysa knew immediately they would not welcome her presence. As Sareysa approached the nearby settlement, her eyes locked onto a grim sight. A Stillpine trapped in a crude cage at the center of the encampment. Without hesitation, she moved toward the captive, determined to learn more. As Sareysa neared the cage, she realized the captive was no ordinary Stillpine. It was Princess Stillpine herself. The weight of the situation became clear. She had to act.
Help me, Sareysa. The bristleim captured me, and are planning to sacrifice me to their foul gods.
Princess Stillpine, how did this happen?
High Chief Bristleim holds the key to this cage. To force him to appear, you must slaughter the bristleim furbogs that inhabit the enclave, just 2 camps west of here.
If I do that, he will come.
Yes, kill enough of them, and he will surely come for vengeance. When he does, slay him and take the key.
Understood. I'll see this done.
My father will richly reward you if you can save me.
As a sworn protector, Sareysa felt an undeniable duty to free Princess Stillpine. Without hesitation, she drew her weapons and began eliminating the bristleim furbolgs, cutting through their ranks with precise and unwavering resolve. After cutting down several bristleim furbogs, Sareysa's efforts finally drew out the High Chief. Yet, as he stood before her, she found him unimpressive. Her abilities far surpassed his. With only a few decisive blows, she brought him down and retrieved the key. Wasting no time, she sprinted back to the cage, clearing the area to avoid any interruptions. With a swift turn of the key, the lock clicked open, and Princess Stillpine was free. In what seemed like a grand display of gratitude, at least by Firbolg standards, the princess gave a deep nod before dashing toward the river. With the task complete, Sareysa turned her focus back to her original mission. The Nagas were still out there, and she had to find them. Sareysa arrived before the remnants of an ancient ruin. The design was unmistakably elven, its once great structures now weathered and worn by time. As she stepped closer, she spotted them, the naga, towering figures, standing upright, gripping tridents with unwavering poise. Even from a distance, they exuded an air of formidable strength. Observing them closely, Sareysa noticed two distinct types among the naga. Some stood tall, gripping tridents with disciplined precision, their presence radiating strength. Others, unarmed yet equally menacing, moved with practiced agility, clearly adept in hand-to-hand combat. Ascending to the top of the ruin, Sareysa's eyes locked onto Lord Croyd's. He was larger than the others, his presence exuding undeniable power. There was no doubt, this was the leader of the Naga in the region. Steadying herself, Sareysa assessed the battlefield, formulating a precise plan for her strike. Sareysa made an astral shift, instantly placing herself before Lord Glides. Without hesitation, she launched her attack, bracing for a fierce battle. Yet her fears proved unfounded. She overpowered the Naga Lord with ease. In just 2 decisive strikes, the mighty creature collapsed. Without wasting a moment, she drove Kessel's banner through the fallen Naga's body, marking the message of defiance. With her task complete, she turned and sprinted back toward Kessel's crossing. On her way back, Sareysa took a moment to gather the remaining sand pears, ensuring Aonar would have enough for his pies. With her mission fully completed, she resumed her run, making her way swiftly back to the camp.
Did you have a difficult time finding enough? It's been taking me longer with each trip.
It took some searching, but I gathered what you need.
Soon I'll have to stop altogether since I won't be able to spare the time.
Then I'm glad I could help before that happens.
Thank you, Sareysa. This gives me a chance to make a last pie or two before the season's out.
As Sareysa ran back to Kessel, a thought lingered in her mind. Was this the Draenei way? To answer violence with violence?
I am sorry that you had to do that, Sareysa. Heavy-handed violence is not the Draenei way, but sometimes it is the only way.
It doesn't feel right, but I understand why it had to be done.
This is one of life's truths that many do not understand until it is too late. So it was for our people when we were slaughtered at the hands of the orcs.
We have endured so much, and still, the fight never ends.
Becoming a Hand of Argus is a process of rebirth, and with birth comes pain. A Hand of Argus soldier is many things: obedient, brave, intelligent, and above all, honorable. You may yet exhibit some of these traits, Shaman.
And if I wish to prove myself?
Report to Exarch Admetius at Bloodwatch, if you are still interested in joining the Han. He and his subordinates will further train you in the ways of the Draenei soldier.
Bloodwatch. I will go there.
And remember this, Sareysa. Honorable people do not always perform honorably. Sometimes they cannot. You will find Bloodwatch just up this road to the north.
Sareysa began her journey toward Bloodwatch, but Kessel's words echoed in her mind. Honorable people do not always perform honorably. Was he speaking of her actions against the Naga, or was there a deeper meaning hidden in his words? The thought lingered as she pressed forward, uncertain of the answer. As Sareysa neared Bloodwatch, the reason behind its name became clear. The sky above was bathed in a crimson hue, stained by the lingering presence of crystal debris. The sight was both mesmerizing and unsettling. Without hesitation, she quickened her pace, running straight toward Exarch Admetius. As Sareysa approached, Exarch Admetius stood tall, his expression calm yet commanding. There was no hostility in his stance, only a sense of welcome. It was clear that he had been expecting her.
I had a feeling that you would make it this far, Shaman. If you are willing to go further, I am willing to teach you.
Sareysa bowed respectfully before Exarch Admetius, acknowledging his words. With a steady voice, she requested permission to speak with Olorg. Upon receiving it, she turned swiftly and ran out, eager to meet with him.
Once again, you have proven yourself to be all that was prophesied. You have the eternal gratitude of the High Chief, Sareysa, and these Stillpine relics to choose from.
With the relics in hand, Sareysa wasted no time and rushed back to Exarch Admetius. As she stood before him, she listened intently as he spoke of the Draenei's past, a history she was partially aware of, yet each word deepened her understanding.
What does Argus mean to you, Sareysa?
Argus. It was our home, but I have only known exile.
Many Draenei probably do not know or remember our home planet. It is there that we split from the Man'ari, the twisted, demonic reflections of ourselves that were gifted by Sargeras.
The Erda.
Erdar. This word once held meaning. Disgusting.
Then let us not waste time. What must I do next?
Find Vindicator Boros to begin your training.
Sareysa walked toward Vindicator Boros, each step carrying the weight of what she had learned. A new journey awaited her, one that would test her resolve once more.